Welcome everybody. So we are going to talk about a website. What is a website? I guess some of you watch football. Before you go and play football with another team, you first need to learn and study that team. So are we? We want to learn the website because we want to go and hack it. So we must first know what a website is, how it runs, and obviously how can we check that to our own advantage. So let's dive in. So what is a website? A website is a computer with an operating system and some servers. So it is a computer. It is basically a computer that's got its own operating system. Maybe it's a Linux based operating system, it's a Windows based operating system, but it's got some servers like Apache web server, MySQL database. Depends with what's gonna do. Maybe Prostic. I don't. You gotta check the name of your own self. I'm sorry about that. Okay, back to the lesson. So this website also contains some web application. Maybe it's gonna be a website. It's gonna be an operating system with some servers like Apache and web application like Facebook. So it hosts those web applications. So it uses a variety of web languages for you to execute these applications and these servers. Maybe it's PHP, maybe it's HTML, maybe it's Python, maybe it's JavaScript. So it's just like an operating system. It uses its language, just like in Windows operating system we use Bash scripting, BATCH, and in Linux we use the Bash scripting. But here now it's being hosted on an operating system. Maybe it's a Windows server or it's a Red Hat Linux, and then we now gonna use these web languages to execute the web applications inside the web server or the web host. I mean the website. So this is where the web applications are executed. So you are here, you are using your computer right there, and you gotta access the servers on the cloud. I don't know why they call it a cloud. A cloud. Why? Maybe because it's right on top of us. I don't know. I don't know why they call it a cloud. I don't know. Okay, let's check. We got an overview right here. Maybe it's an illustration or so. So we got our own computer right here. This is my computer. And then I make a request to this website. Maybe it's Facebook, maybe it's Google. It's jomtutu.com. So that's the domain name. Before it reaches to the web server, it then the domain name is then translated by a DNS server. It's then translated by a DNS server right here to an IP address. So basically the network is like the computer listens to numbers, right? So we got a domain name here, but the DNS server, right, is going to translate that into an IP address, and then the IP address is going to be requested to the web server. It's gonna say, well, man, you got a lot of stuff right there. Maybe the web server is hosting Facebook, it's hosting Twitter, it's also hosting TikTok. But this is the IP address of maybe, and it's also hosting jomtutu.com. So this is the IP address of jomtutu.com. So I'm gonna say, hey, DNS server, I want the web server to give me jomtutu.com, and the DNS server said, oh, you want jomtutu? Who is jomtutu? It's just like a name, right? It's just like a name. Just like I say, I want to see Peter. There will be a lot of Peters at that school, but I have to specify which Peter. Maybe is Peter John or is Peter James. So the server is gonna be like, oh, Jomtutu is Jomtutu. on that server and say, oh, 159.65.6.147. Then I said, yeah, that's the one I want. And then it goes to the server and said, well, I want the person with an ID. I want an application with the ID 159.65.6.147. And then the server says, oh, that one, okay, there you are. And then it answers the user with it. And then the user can see, oh, and now this is Facebook, this is what. I'm gonna show you how you're gonna translate that using the ping command when you'll be in Linux. So this is the overview. So there are a lot of hacking methods. We can use an application installed on a computer. There can be a vulnerability that is in that application that is on a computer. Maybe it's vulnerable to something, so you can take advantage of that application. It is just like for those who are still using Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office 2010. It's vulnerable, man. It's vulnerable. You can use the advantage of that and trigger the vulnerability so that we can hack it. Or we can use the OS. Oh, so the first one is called web application penetration testing. We are testing the web application, whether it's vulnerable to something, and then if it is vulnerable, then we can take control over the whole website. And we can use the operating system. The operating system can also be vulnerable, or other applications on that operating system which are not the web server or the web application. Maybe we know that this is hosting another application, just like another application. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. And this is called the server-side attack. Or since the servers and the websites were made by humans and are controlled and managed by humans, we can also take advantage of that. Maybe use social engineering and hack the human thoughts, or I don't know what you're gonna do, but that is what we call a client-side attack. You get it? It's a client-side attack. So remember, in this course, we're gonna be doing a web application penetration test. So we're gonna be testing a web application that is stored on that computer. So that was it for today, guys. See you in the next video.